it's not just that other people believe differently or pray differently or vote differently or have different, colored skin. It's that they're monsters because of it, right? It's like turning it into something, not just otherization, but otherization with like some bite, with some anger, with some aggression, with some violence, right? So demonization is when it turns a corner from otherization. It's not just like, oh, the other side is bad or wrong. It's like the other side are Nazis. The other side are domestic terrorists. The other side are inhumane monsters, are lizard people, right? Like when we take it to this crazy place of like really creating monsters or jumping to stereotypes that are so dark and negative, like calling someone a Nazi just because they voted differently, right? That's where we move from otherization into demonization, where it goes to the crazy place. So author Aldous Huxley was quoted as saying, the propagandist's purpose is to make one set of people forget that certain other sets of people are human. And this is really key. So this is where it goes way beyond otherizing, right? It's not just this person has a different opinion than I have. It's that these people aren't even people anymore. And the reason that this is so important is because once we dehumanize people, once we've removed their humanity from the equation, it's much easier for us to do harmful things to them, to be violent, to be mean. Like, one of the clips that I included in an earlier module was of the talk show host Jimmy Kimmel giving his spiel about how hospitals are overrun and they're, confused as to what to do. And he said, it's really not that hard. Vaccinated guy comes in, please write this way. Unvaccinated guy eating horse goo, good luck with that, right? So that's dehumanizing, to like deny human beings basic medical care because of their private medical choices. Like that's where we get into this dangerous territory of removing people's humanity from the equation, which really keeps us distracted with how terrible one another are, instead of focusing on the puppet string pullers who are really creating all the havoc. So dehumanization is defined as the denial of another's humanity, a technique used to rationalize inhumane treatment, violence, murder, and genocide, right? So we can see it in any war, right? They're just going to call them the enemy. They're not going to talk about like the people who were fighting on the side of the enemy, because if we invoked their personhood by calling them people, it's going to be much harder for soldiers to kill one another. But when we remove their humanity from the equation, oh, they're just collateral damage. Oh, they're just, minions of the enemy. So, we see these examples going back to our Nazi propaganda, wherein Jews were referred to as rats, as vermin, as contagious. Here we could see some sort of fungus, right? Monstrous. Here we see a propaganda enemy, during the Red Scare. Notice how his nails are pointed like claws. He has all these scary teeth and his ears are even a little bit pointed. So whatever being this is no longer a human being that they're saying it's the enemy. It's some sort of communist monster. It's easier to kill a monster than it is to kill another person. And so this is something to be mindful of just in the larger mediascape, in the larger propaganda conversation, is noticing how often the social engineers will go the distance to dehumanize people. If it's calling them the liberals, the MAGA Republicans, the Trumpers, right? And we'll get into that. It's like anything that removes their personhood from the equation so that they're easier to demonize, to, deny human rights, to harm, to put into cages, into, marginalized boxes where we can rationalize their mistreatment.